Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Shooting the with Yankee. As always, I'm Yankee, so let's start shooting. Today's topic is based on a question I received from a viewer where they asked me, after I posted a video yesterday showing one of my Derringers, do Derringers actually serve any modern day purpose? Is there a reason you should have one? Or are they just a novelty? And I'm going to say here, before I even go to see what other people say, I'm going to answer and say they're just a novelty. There's no real purpose for them. Back in the day when most guns were larger and, someone might want a gun they could hide in a pocket or, up their sleeve like they were a riverboat gambler, well, then they made a little more sense. They were a tiny little two-shot gun when most guns were large. So they made sense back then. The ones we have nowadays, not only are they much larger, like the Bond arms, so that you can shoot ridiculously big calibers out of them, like up to 45-70, which I wouldn't recommend doing, but I'd still love to own one. They're just a little silly. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't exist, and that doesn't mean I don't think people should have one, because I think they're awesome. And I think if you own one, you'll understand how fun they can be and how cool they can be. So they definitely have a purpose, and that is to be very cool. And they can serve purposes if you want to, like they make great little snake guns. Maybe if you ride a horse, you can attach it to your saddle, doesn't take up a lot of room. I have a little holster I can hook to my seatbelt in my car if I'm going on a trip. I can have an extra little 2 shots right there that someone comes up to my window aggressively to pop. I could even put bird shot in if I wanted, take out a couple shots of bird shot to the face before I do anything fatal to someone. And then reach for my Glock. But so they don't really serve a dedicated purpose. You can find things to do with them, and they're super cool, and they're a lot of fun. So I think you should get one. But other than that, there's no real reason why you would need one other, like I said, the fact that you want one, and that's enough. But let's go over now and see what other people have to say on this topic. I'm not the last word when we do shooting the shit. That's why we do it, so we can hear what other people think. Before we do, I want to remind everyone out there, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the select all on notifications. You might not get them because we're a restricted channel, unfortunately, but do your best. If you want to help the channel out, you want to follow the channel. Also, if you want to help the channel out, go over to my website, TYMPpistolproject.com. You go over there, there's links to my Shopify page where you can get artwork on shirts like this one right here, the Come On Man. It's a werewolf hiding from a guy with silver bullets there. He's already put a few of them into the tree. I hand draw all my designs on my shirts. They are not clip art. They are not done by other people. They are done by me. I hand draw these with a little pen. So if you want something, go over and get it. Help support the channel, save the life of an animal in need. Also, you can sign up to be a patron over there, a Subscribe Star member over there, get yourself patches, all kinds of other stuff, register for giveaways. The Axe giveaway is listed over there right now. So go on over there. You can also sign up to be a recipient of TYMP, and you can nominate someone for Handguns for Heroes. We actually do have the little design up now. Let me see if I can actually share it, if it's still up here. For people that are curious, this will be the actual gun that's on the plaque. I'd love to make it into a belt buckle, but making it into a plaque. This is the actual design that will be on the actual gun if we can get Bond Arms to sell us the guns unengraved. So that's what we're looking at right now, making that into a plaque for Handguns for Heroes. So if you know someone who is a veteran or has been in public service, like the fire department, law enforcement, paramedic, a nurse, something like that, and they've gone out of their way for their family, their community, and you want to nominate them for Handguns for Heroes, go over to my webpage and do it. And while you're over there, support the channel. But as I was saying, let's get over here to see what other people have said. Ghost Shadow says 2 Derringers and 357 Magnum 45 Colt greater than mouse gun. Yeah, I could see that. Now, also it matters, I guess, which Derringer you get, because some Derringers are smaller. Like American Derringers are smaller. They're more concealable. Bond Arms Derringers are bigger, thicker, but they're also more impressive calibers and stuff. So it depends on, I guess, which one you get. So I guess a small, like American Derringer, can take the place of a mouse gun easily. Yeah, and having 2 rounds of 9mm or 357 Magnum would be better than having like 5 rounds of 22. So I agree with that aspect of it. Genesis 23 PB gave us some of that funny money, and he said, here's some funny money. I'm going to bed now. Well, go on to bed. Nobody's stopping you. Damn burners sleeping at weird hours of the day. Edgar Cortez says, absolutely. I am aware of one fight where a Derringer discharged to the leg ended a fight very quickly and no deaths. Well, I bet that would stop a fight. If I was angry at somebody and they shot me in the leg, I'm going to be like, you just shot me in the leg. I need to get an ambulance. Oh, Black Betty, ambulance. Oh, Black Betty, ambulance. So whenever we see an ambulance, that's what we do in my family. We go, oh, Black Betty, ambulance. Oh, Black Betty, ambulance. Because we have nothing going on and we are very white. Punch Bag Rumpy gifted a membership. Homesteading with the Soulless Ginger said, hey, Yankee, got my grips in today. Thank you, sir. They look good. I emailed you a picture momentarily. I saw that you sent the picture. I did see that, and I will share it when we get to that portion of the chat. Sean Bain says, Derringers do have a place. I can legally hunt in PA with one. That's a 38 special and above. I never thought about hunting with a Derringer. I mean, I guess maybe if you put bird shot or something in it, taking out a small game or, some sort of shot in it, take out small game. Or you don't want too big a shot, small shot. You don't want to be picking pellets out of something all day. I've made that mistake before. But yeah, I guess it does. I never thought about it as a hunting weapon. Homesteading with the Soulless Ginger says, I want a Bond Arms Derringer as a boot gun. I think they even make boot gun holsters. I think they make the little leg strap holsters for them, specifically for them. So you can get that. In my opinion, they have certain applications up close and personal. Gator hunting and snake slaying. Well, I don't hunt gators. I avoid gators. I've done that before. I have been in Florida before and luckily I am very keyed into gators when I'm near the water in places like Florida or overseas. I've been overseas before and seen crocodiles that bite you in half. So I'm very cautious of them. I don't hunt them. I avoid them. One time I remember standing next to the water and saw one in the water. Like I was still 2 feet up on a berm or something, but seeing him in the water though, just the lizard part of my brain went, get the fuck out of here. So I got the fuck out of there. Didn't even consider hunting him or wrestling him or nothing like Steve Irwin would do. Not for 1 second did I think, hey, you should wrestle this gator. That didn't even occur to me. Jacoby C said, if I had a Derringer, I wouldn't take it for granted. Some people in other restricted countries would give a staggering amount just to own one, or they would just love to own one. I don't know if they have a staggering amount to give, but yeah, a lot of people don't have the right to have them. So being able to have them is nice. And I do think they're cool and fun and they can serve a purpose. I wouldn't want somebody shooting me with one. I just watched a clip from a movie and I don't know what the movie was, but it apparently has Matthew McConaughey in it because he came up at the end of the clip. And it was some woman and there's like an Asian guy and his 2 bodyguards. They're in an office with her and they're telling her they're going to do something. And she's like, pulls out a Derringer. He goes, what you supposed to do with that? She's like, well, I got 2 bullets, so I ain't going to mess around. But if you come closer, I'm going to put a bullet between his eyes. And then she does. And then his other bodyguard comes at her and she shoots him in the face. Now he's like, you're out of bullets. And he attacks, and then Matthew McConaughey comes in. And I was like, how cool. And hers was more like an American Derringer. Big Cheese. I don't know why I relayed that story to everybody because probably nobody cares. But I did see that just today. And I thought, well, what a coincidence. I had an email about Derringers. I just showed a Derringer during a video, which is probably why, because I said the word Derringer out loud and something heard me. And then that showed me video clips on my feed for things with a Derringer in them because they're listening. We got one more person weighing in here, then we're done. It's a we're done with this portion. Then we'll move on and do the America Guns and Freedom. So stick around. My grandfather kept a 38 Derringer in his boot when he worked for the sheriff's department and when he had to tussle on the ground or dispatch an animal. I've had to dispatch an animal before. It is a very sad thing. And one would be good for that, yes. They're like a little tiny mini shotgun. And that's what we used to dispose of, sick or deformed goats and stuff. A little 410 shotgun. You can get a little 410 Derringer, basically the same thing. Stick it right up to their forehead, just kaboom. But that was Big Cheese. So that was the last one weighing in. So seems like a lot of people think that there's a good use for Derringers nowadays and that they are not completely obsolete or even just a novelty. I think I leaned more towards the novelty side than a lot of other people do, but I agree that there are a lot of uses for them. So I will acquiesce to everyone else's opinion on that. But thanks everybody for weighing in. I appreciate it. How about you out in YouTube land? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Is there a place for Derringers in the modern shooting world? Let me know. And if you want to weigh in on one of these topics in person, come to one of our live chats. We do them every day at 6 p.m. Come be part of the community. Build some camaraderie. Make some friends even. So hope to see you at a chat soon. As for everybody else who already showed up, hope to see you again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.